Hey there folks, on today's episode of Airgun Reporter, me and Guy check out a neat little backyard plinking and target shooting rifle, the .177 caliber Umarex Fusion. First, let's go over some specs and details and then take her for a spin. All right, it's time to do some chronic testing with the 17 caliber Umarex Fusion. I'll be manning the laptop. Guy's gonna be at the Pro Chrono Digital. And what's the first pellet you're gonna use?
We're gonna use the Predator Polymags first.
Predator Polymags, I'll plug in 8 grains here. All right, fire when ready.
Here we go. Okay folks, the Predator Polymags did pretty good. They gave us about 7 foot-pounds. We're gonna try the JSB Exact RS now. They're a domed pellet, 7.3 grains. We're all set up, so let's see how they do.
Man, that gun is quiet.
It is, really.
Wow. All right, folks, well, there you have the chronic results for the .177 caliber Umarex Fusion. What do you think so far, man?
So far, so good. It's mid-600s with a 7.3 grain JSB RS, extreme spread of 10, standard deviation of 3.
Yeah, not too bad at all. With those Predator pellets, we've got an extreme spread of 13 and a standard deviation of 3. We also tested out the Hypermax pellets, and what was the velocity on those?
They did pretty well. They were right around 715 or so.
Yeah, so you can expect about 700 feet per second with lead-free pellets. Next thing we're gonna do is move on to the accuracy testing.
Okay folks, we're gonna show you how to load the CO2 into the Fusion. There are a couple steps, but it's pretty simple. First off, the first stage of the cap is left-handed threads, so you would turn it right to take it off. That exposes the safety valve, or the valve that you would drain the remaining CO2 with. Then the second cap is regular standard right-hand threads. You just unscrew that. Then you pop the little relief valve out. Your first CO2 goes in neck first, and then the second one goes in butt first. Then you replace the check valve, seat that down, and they say to turn the check valve screw until you feel it make contact with the valve itself, then back it off about 3 turns. Okay, then you put your collar back on. And screw it down finger tight. Okay, then you replace your check valve cover. Remember the left-hand threads. Okay, now that just pierces the top cartridge. To pierce the bottom cartridge, you have to cock the gun and fire it in a safe direction. And then it's ready to go.
Man, a fuel truck was going down the road doing about 95 yesterday.
Oh yeah? A fuel truck?
Yeah, propane truck.
Nice.
I know.
Those things are, you can't blow that tank up.
Yeah? If you flip
You'd
it?
take the belly valve off of it maybe, and
what if it splits in half?
No. You ever see the way they test them things? Because we used to have to work on them, so they showed us the video of how they test them. They basically hit them with a steel wedge on a railroad track. You can shoot them with your Mauser and it won't go through that tank. That tank is like what they say, it's like 2.5-inch thick armor. It's armor. Polymags.
See how my hand goes off camera and there's someone holding pellets for me? It's good to be me. That's not true. I've held pellets for you before, haven't I? No? I will next time.
All right, Paul, now that we did the accuracy testing, what do you think about the gun?
Well, so far I can say it's lightweight, it's compact, it's quiet, and at the distance we shot it at, it's pretty accurate.
I'd have to agree with all of that.
Definitely. Next thing we're going to do is move on to the trigger testing and the sound testing, and then we'll come back here and do our wrap-up report. All right, I have my Lyman trigger gauge all set up. Let's cock this rifle. No need to put a pellet in it. Make sure I take off the automatic safety, and we'll do 5 pulls. Ooh, that's light. Okay. Okay, here's the results. 2 pounds, 10.5 ounces. All right, folks, me and Guy already know that the Umarex Fusion is really quiet, at least to our ears. But how quiet is it to our sound pressure meter? Well, I have it set up about 2 feet from the muzzle and off to the right, so the CO2 blast doesn't affect it. Let's go ahead and take a few shots. All right, folks, it's time to do the wrap-up report on the .177 caliber Umarex Fusion. Here's some things I liked about the rifle. It's lightweight, it's compact, it's quiet, and if you pair it with a decent scope like this Bushnell Banner, it's got some good accuracy. What do you think about this gun, Guy?
I agree with everything you said. It's got a light trigger, it's easy to shoot well. Really, the only complaint that I have with it is the loading tray is a little bit too small.
Yeah, for bigger fingers, loading that small .177 caliber pellet into there gave us a little bit of trouble. Some pellets fed easier than others.
Yes, Polymags actually fed really well in it.
Yeah, they did. What we found is that we had to use our fingernail to kind of scoot the head of the pellet into the breech, and we wish we didn't have to do that every single time we loaded this rifle. It would be nice to just drop the pellet in there and then push the bolt probe forward to feed that pellet into the breech. One last gripe I can say about this gun is I wish there was a simpler way to load the CO2.
I agree. I think they probably could have come up with a little simpler piercing cap.
Yeah, absolutely. Overall, we like this rifle. It's a great little plinker for the backyard, for the warmer weather. I wouldn't use it for hunting, maybe very small pests. For Airgun Reporter, my name is Paul Capello. Until next time, please shoot safe and have fun.